In my hands right now, I have what is going to be an insanely fun and valuable video, or an absolute terrifying episode of me losing my shirt. We have a return from PSA where earlier this year I set out to find out, can I take trading card games where I don't already have meaningful collections, leverage PSA and a hype market, and build a legitimate collection with some real value. This is the second return in the series, and we have a bit of a bonus here. There is some contrast inside this box. Not only do we have my cards where I'm trying to build this collection from scratch, but we have some cards from friend of the channel, Tommy K, who has been collecting for almost their entire life and looking to grade some cards and get back some sweet, sweet 10s. Let's crack the box and see, did I make some money, did I gain some value, or did I absolutely lose my shirt? Here we go. My strategy for grading and trying to get value has been the same. Buy things that I think I will truly enjoy. And I stuck to that this time by buying a bunch of cards that I thought I would enjoy, and coupling that with sending cards out for friend of the channel, as we said, Tommy, as well as a couple cards for my own kiddo here at the house. So we've got a lot to unpack in this opening. The camera's very close. We, of course, have the lucky presence of the master playmat to help us along the way. And here we have a smaller box here. Let's get everything open, displayed out on the table, make sure we don't, dox ourselves. We don't want to be showing off the full address of the Hometown TCG studios here. And we'll go pretty quick. But the reason I wanted to jump into this series to begin with is because I never really had a super meaningful collection of a lot of these TCGs. I had Pokemon cards when I was younger, but I never really jumped into the deep end and really tried to build a serious collection. And I thought, it's never been a better time, and I think this is an experience a lot of people are having. I think there are a lot of people out there that are saying, hey, I was into Pokemon, it's all the hype, I see all the clips on social media of, maybe not the best Pokemon things in the world, but I want to get back into it. I want to see, is that a viable thing to do in this day and age? Without further ado, we have all the cards here. Let's get everything out. We'll sort it as we go. We'll talk about the cards as we open them. And has my address been up on the screen the whole time? Hopefully not. Let's dig into, we have is this a card that can't be graded? Nope. Okay, I thought we had an ungradable. And without further ado, we got this one face down. Good luck to us. We'll try to keep everything on the table here. I got the, don't show me what that is. I don't want to know. All right. Here we go, digging into our PSA return. We're going to start with our smaller pack. Came in a 2-box set, and we'll do the thing where we covered up, and here we have a Gengar. So one of the cards I bought were these Gengars, and I wanted to see, hey, this is a Pokemon from my childhood. It's a cool treatment. It was a cheap card when I bought it. It's gone up in value, and we got ourselves a 9. And that's, if you're new to the grading scene, as we go through these things, seeing the value of these cards, 9s are going to be pretty much what the market value of the card is, maybe sometimes plus the grading, maybe not. So that here, kind of a wash. You really don't want to see anything other than 10s. And we got our first Tommy card right here. Big shout out to Tommy. Slowpoke in the special illustration, and we got, that's a rough one. And this just goes to show, when you have your cards for a while, when you use your cards and you aren't thinking about grading, as we look at another Gengar here in a 9, then these things can happen. The smallest little things can change the way a grade in a card is going to come back, and it could really affect how you're doing things. Now, so far, not great. We got the 3-9 Gengars, we got the Slowpoke. Not a good start for our PSA, but here we go. We can turn it all around. Come on, let's go. All right, we got an 8 turnaround. Not too shabby. And we see, again, it's really cool to see the contrast of, trying to pick up cards to grade and grading cards out of your collection, things that you've enjoyed and used for a long time. We have a beautiful Mew V, and I know this is what I love about grading Pokemon cards. It might not be like the Chase $1,000 card, but you have a Gem Mint 10. Let's go. Let's go. A Gem Mint 10 in a card that is an absolutely beautiful art. And what I was saying, the beauty here, the beauty of this hobby is I love the way this card looks. This card will be in a collection. Big shout out. That's an amazing hit, and it can live in a collection for a long time as just something to truly sit back and enjoy. On to our next stack. We see, and here we go, a Lugia. big card here in the 8. That is another cool card to add to the collection. It's not the 10, but it's a sweet card to be collecting. And now we have a 7. And again, this is a really cool experience for me, seeing the contrast, seeing the back and forth, as we have another Gengar in a 9. Can we get a Gengar that's not in a 9, please? Please, can we get a Gengar that's not in a 9? Okay. Now we get into some of the cards that I was really excited to send out. These Charizards just remind me of my childhood. They were a pillar of what I wanted out of this experience. And if I hit a 10 here, I am in good shape as far as the value. And we're already off to a 9. We're solid 9s across the board. That's not what you always want to see, but it definitely could be worse. Another Charizard. Oh, took a bath on that one. And I'm starting to get nervous as we look at Charizards in an 8. I wonder if we're kind of sitting in the 9 to 8 region. I have a couple more Charizards. This one just made... This was a cool card. I saw this online. I saw the ability to pick these up at a reasonable price. And I was like, I have to get, the XY Charizard here. Oh, and this is the one Moana movie promo where we can talk about a reason that I wanted to build valuable financial and memorable value to a collection. These Moana movie promos, I'm assuming they're all in a row here, were the 3 Moana movie promos from when myself and my family went to my daughter's very first movie. They gave out these promos. It was the first movie we saw in theaters, and we have a 9. Come on, PSA. Hit us with a 10. 110 to remember the experience by, another 9, the last chance at Moana 10. It'll be cool to have a 3/9 set. That's pretty sweet. These will be in my collection forever, as these are just the very first movie we saw together as a family, something I will always remember. And it's important to note that just like when we hit the Mew here, it is about value. We want to build value in a collection, but value is more than financial. It's more than monetary. Seeing things like that just make me happy. They help me realize that there's some cool things you can do with this hobby. And as we hit some more 9s, I am just, I thought I'd be more stressed about this, but I'm relatively happy along the way. Another Mewtwo V. Here we go, flipping over. Another, a 7. A 7. I wonder where we got a 7 on that. I thought that, oh, okay. Bottom corner right there. PSA on their game. So far, 0 hits for me, 1 hit on the Mew. This is, this is where you guys are watching. What's the downside? What's the downside of grading cards? You're seeing it live here in this, well, not live, but you're seeing it in this video here. I need one of these Charizards just for my mental to be a 10, and that's a 7. That's not going to do it. It looks like we're going to be out of luck. We have another Gengar here in a 9. It doesn't look like, and an 8. Oh, we have the One Piece promo. Let's put that off to the side. Last Pokemon card is the Pikachu. And of course, we have a Gem Mint 10 in the super sweet Sleepy Pikachu. Why did I send this card in? Because it's adorable. I just sent this card in because it's absolutely adorable. Here we go. The final card was the PSA promo itself. So if you stuck around this long in this video, you get a little extra tidbit tip. You get to watch us look at a PSA card that they sent us. Do they send us a high quality card? We got the Boa Hancock, and we got a Gem Mint 10. A little savior along the way. So all in all, not the worst experience in the world. We built some really cool value here with some family mementos. I was able to get a couple cards that I really enjoyed graded in the Charizards here, but it just goes to show you, grading trading cards is an absolute risk. This is not all of these cards to me, to my naked eye, well, most of them to me, to my naked eye, looked like they had potential to be a 10. It just goes to show any small defect when you are dealing with a high quality grading service can put you in a weird spot, and it's not just about the financial value. We whiffed on this. I will say we probably lost our shirt. I lost a couple $100 here of my own money, and while that's not the exact direction you want to go, I feel like you're going to win some and lose some, and I got some really cool mementos out of it to remember my journey along the way. Thank you so much for watching today. Big shout out again to Tommy for letting us, view some of his collection and get a little contrast from what it's like from, buying and inspecting near mint copies of cards at card shops versus actually collecting the cards, sending in the cards you open in the packs, and seeing how really living with trading cards affects they're great. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you all know me. My name is Josh. Remember to subscribe down below because it helps a small channel like mine more than you can possibly imagine. And we'll see you in the next one. All right, goodbye.